G'day guys, welcome back to Tradio Podcast, proudly powered by Trade Tools. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Brad. I myself am a tradie, but I've recently hung up the tool belt to bring you guys podcasts and videos courtesy of Trade Tools. So in this podcast, I interview tradies and people at different stages in their careers and from all walks of life. So whatever you're doing today, whether you're flat out or just kicking back, we'd like to say thanks for listening to Tradio and enjoy. So, here we are for another episode of good old Tradio with Scrubchook this time. The old Scrubchook and the bin chicken together. Tell us, first of all, how'd you get the nickname, mate?
Scrubchook? Well, I was always considered a bit of a turkey from the bush. The backwoods of Caboolture there. And like in my school holidays, I used to steal all the tin food out the house. And
Did you?
just piss off into the hills for a weekend. I didn't really have many mates. Nothing's changed.
Yeah. Scrubchook. I like that.
But yeah, so then it sort of hung around. I mentioned it a couple of times.
Yep.
And then one day I was with one of my mates, Josh, out in Anango. And we were driving back from the creek and we seen a half-cast dingo.
Yeah.
And I was driving, I said, I'm having that. And before he could even say anything, I was out the door, thongs were off, straight through the lantana, and I dived head first into a lantana bush.
Hold on,
so
you were chasing a wild dog?
I wanted it. It had a blue. It had one blue eye. I'm like,
really?
Yeah. It was a half-cast something. But it was a dingo.
Far out.
So yeah, went him. Just missed him, and then my mate's just go like, "Yeah, that's stuck." Like
into the lantana.
Yeah, so yeah, that was it. Scrubchook stuck.
That's good.
Yeah,
I like it.
Just a bush turkey.
All right, mate. Well, tell us what you do. What do you do for a quid, mate?
I run my own shed erecting company.
What's it called? Shout out to them.
Sundown Shed Erectors.
Sundown Shed Erectors.
Yeah,
it's good because it's got the word erectors in it. You can have a giggle.
Sometimes I'm thinking about changing it to builder too, because every time someone hears erect, they're like,
yeah. Erecting a shed.
Yeah, what do you do in your spare time?
And how long have you done that?
I've done it about 3.5 years now. I've been building sheds, maybe a little longer.
That's a lot of summers standing on roofs.
Oh, yeah, no, it's a bit, excuse me.
Yeah, you're right. Take your time.
That water,
Yeah. Drinking bubbly water before.
Yeah, that Voss with a V. It's great. So a lot of summers in the heat, but you sort of learn to acclimatise to it.
Yeah.
My poor labourer is struggling with it at the moment.
Labourer, right. Tell us about your labourer. How's he struggling?
Oh, well, he's from Glasgow originally in Scotland.
Oh, he's a Scottish.
And he is true Scottish.
Righto.
So then he'd just come back from Glasgow.
Yep.
When I hired him, he'd been there for a month.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he got put straight into 38-degree days.
Wow.
Carrying steel. And I took him up to the pub one day. I said, yeah, smoke our beers, mate. And he's like, oh, can you do that? I said, yeah, of course. I'm the boss. I do what I want.
Yeah.
That's why you start your own company, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so did that. And he had two pints and got back to site and just fell on his ass.
We had an older couple come over for, like, me parents, come over from bloody England. And it was only like low 30s here, I think about 32 or something. Yeah. And it dropped them,
Oh, that's like a drought in England.
They had to go into the aircon and they were having bloody heat stress.
When old mate was saying it's like this, it's summer in Scotland when it's not raining.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like that was his take on it. And then he was talking about everything about the heat in Australia, the animals in Australia, and I'm going, why'd you come here then? Because the lifestyle is so much better over here. I said, fuck it, I hate to see Scotland.
A big part of the lifestyle is the heat and the animals. And
when he said, how do you drink in that much heat? And I'm like, that's why we drink.
Drink faster.
That's right.
Yeah, we don't drink warm beer over here.
He's going, how do you drink in the heat? I'm going, we drink because it's hot. That's how we work.
Yeah, exactly. You got to cool down.
Pretty much.
It's like a radiator.
It's tiring riding a kangaroo to school.
It is. So you've been doing roofing your own company for 3.5 years. What were you doing before that?
Before that, I was in the marine industry for about 8 years, and I started as a decky, and then sort of worked my way up to marine engineering. Like
decky. So where were you a decky?
I started out in Darwin when I was about 15.
Yeah.
Did a little bit of fishing.
Right.
In my school holidays and stuff.
Okay.
Because a bit of a terrible, like a troublemaker. So
I was too.
Yeah, well, there you go. No, not you. No, couldn't see you being a troublemaker at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I did that for a bit, and then once I quit school, just went on cargo boats out in Darwin there.
Yep.
Did that for 2 years, and then managed to get onto gas and oil over at Barrow Island.
Ah, right.
Yeah, so I was on the project there. I built I moved all the caissons, the bases for the gas jetty.
Right.
We moved all of them in place and filled them up with gravel and everything like that.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah.
I used to work with Eastonwell. I think we had rigs on Barrow.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, probably around the same time, mate.
I'd
Hey,
say
small
so.
world.
Yeah, you would have got fired from Barrow.
I got fired from Easton.
Oh, mate. we were like, I got a written warning for having dark sunnies after 5:30. It was a safety issue.
Wow.
Man, it was Alcatraz out there after a while.
Yeah.
And like mental health wise.
Yeah.
I think there was like 3 or 4 suicides out on Barrow Island.
Whoa.
Just for FIFO work. It's
When when I was doing FIFO, I had no idea before I actually started working FIFO. I had no idea that it was so prevalent in the industry. It's crazy, eh?
Oh, mate, it's one of the most mentally demanding things I've ever done. I reckon is FIFO work.
How do you find it was on your relationship? Did you have a relationship then?
Oh, I think I had one when I was about 18. That was
see, that's a tough time to have a relationship.
Pretty
anyway.
much. So it lasted a couple of years, and then by the end of that, I was just couldn't do it. She ended up being a little bit unfaithful while I was away. So after that, relationships didn't really work, and it was until I met my missus now. Yeah. That I quit being away and working away, building sheds as well. Quit that, started my own stuff because just didn't want to be away from her.
Yeah, for sure.
You find a bit cute, but yeah.
When I was on the rigs, I was like, yeah, fly out day. I'm going back to work. See you, babe. I'll be back in a fortnight.
Oh, mate, it's always like that first week of being away. You're like, oh, this is great. Get to be back with the family. Yeah. And then after it, you're like, she goes, oh, you're not doing anything. Can you do that? And you go,
I just worked 190 hours in 2 weeks.
That's right. But yeah, no, it was a bit of a wild time out there, but got over it, and I had the epiphany, you could call it, that you can never get time back. You can always get money back, but you can't get the time back. Yep, so I decided that that's it for working away.
Yep. Yeah, and it goes quick too, eh? Doing
it does.
Work,
it does.
Just flies.
And I missed a lot of things. Like I missed I missed my brother's funeral. Like I missed I missed weddings. I missed heaps of stuff just because I was away on birthdays, and I really missed being a kid, and that it sort of affected me a fair bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Back then, so it wasn't a flash thing.
Yeah, because it's one of them things that. I think a lot of people see the cool stuff about FIFO. You get a lot of the time you're on good money and you get that time off in between. Yeah. But if your shift falls on any events in your life, you're out there. You're stuck there.
Especially we were out at sea, so we might have been delivering a vessel like with my brother. Yeah. I didn't get I didn't know because we were out for a month. Yeah. And we were delivering a boat from Karratha all the way around to Cairns.
Yeah, right.
So we had no reception, and by the time I found out, it was too late to organise flights.
Oh, so, no.
But what I always try and explain to people who want to get into the FIFO work is set a goal and stick to it. And if you can't, make someone help you stick to it, because it's a disease.
Yep.
That money... you go in there and you go, okay, I'm gonna pay some stuff off. Yep. I'll get something, maybe get a few things for myself, and then after you've done all that, you go, maybe I could get a new car. So then you end up with that debt, and it grows, and it is just a disease because you want more and more and more, and then when that money dries up,
human nature.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. That's it. You're like, I'm earning good money. Yep. I may as well stay, and I did the same. By the time I've finished up there, I had 3 cars, 7 bikes, a couple of jet skis, all the crap, and it was all online. Yeah. So it all went real quick, and so did a lot of people once the money all dried up.
Yeah, for sure.
It just all disappeared. Yep. So
it's definitely good advice, I think. If you're going to go and do it, aim for something. Once you achieve it, weigh up your situation.
Well, that's it. Yeah, Jimmy, the plumbing apprentice, he was saying he wanted to go out and do the bit of FIFO work.
Yeah, right.
And I told him the same thing, but he says that his missus is going to help him. Like they just want to do that, get it done, and then sort of
get
out of there,
enough.
get themselves into a good position.
Because it does work for a lot of people. Some people thrive in that lifestyle. I'm not sure how. I couldn't really.
I have no idea. The guys I used to work with building sheds.
Yep.
They love being away. I don't know how. That's all they want to do.
I used to joke to the blokes out on the rigs like that. They'd stay there for longer than their shifts and everything. I was like, you must hate your missus or something. What's going on? Like, what do you not like her or?
Oh God.
But what was I going to ask you? Oh, the maritime. Like, what do you end up as in the maritime industry?
I ended up as a first engineer. Basically working under the chief. Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty much he's lackey. I just did all the stuff, but
like
I said, money was good, so stayed there.
What did you do mostly?
Mainly just monitoring temperatures, monitoring fluids, and servicing. When the like motors were running, you'd have I think it was 3 hours or 6 hour watch. That you'd have to do. Actually, no, I think it was hourly.
So how big were these ships you were on or vessels?
A lot. So I started out. I sort of bounced around a fair bit.
Yeah.
And you do in that industry. Yeah. So started out on 50-meter landing barges.
Okay, right.
And that was a learning curve. But started out on that.
50 meters, big boat.
Yeah. And it was. I wish I had some videos still of it. We used to take it up at Creek because we used to service all the Indigenous communities. And one was Port Keats Creek.
Right.
And we used to take it up at Creek with, I swear to God, 1 meter, 500 on either side. And they're just moving this big barge.
They don't sit very deep in the water.
Nah, they sit real flat bottom. Shallow, so yeah. So we managed to maneuver it through there, and that was some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
But we started out on that, and then went to a couple of little different vessels like rig tenders or anchor handlers or something like that, or multicats they're called. And then I ended up on tugboats. And so I loved them because it was like a tiny little boat, huge motor to work on, like the size of the turbos on them were just
they're tough little boats.
Mate, like I was on a for 2 years I think it was. I was on a small one, and even the motors in that I think it was like 680 horsepower a side.
Was it?
Yeah,
right.
That was
impressive. Eh?
Oh yeah, well, especially when you get some of the Dutch tugs came in and they were easily over 700 horsepower a side.
Yeah,
they were some of the most insanely built vessels I've ever seen. Like,
did they all run diesel engines?
Yeah, definitely.
It's a lot of horsepower for a diesel.
Oh
yeah,
big
donks.
They were pretty cool. A lot of these boats are called azimuth drives, and what an azimuth is, it's a pod. Instead of having a rudder, they've got a pod that spins 360 degrees. Okay, and that's got the propeller in it.
Oh, right. Okay,
So instead of using rudders, they've got two joysticks that swivel their they can move these things sideways with
true. I've seen them. I've seen them move sideways.
That's because they've
they got front and rear thrust?
I'm pretty sure they've normally got like one thrust in the bow and then they've got two pods in the back. And basically it's a completely different ticket being an Azimuth Master.
Okay, right.
But basically, it's they can rotate 360 degrees, they can walk them backwards, sideways, forward, and they're powerful, mate. Like,
it's like them forklifts with the multi-directional tyres. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
Go forward and then just crab.
Weren't you driving one of them at one stage? I think I seen you on.
Nah, not with them wheels.
Not with them wheels. Oh,
because they got someone. Them weird, like oval things. On the wheels
they're like
crab sideways.
Yeah, they're crazy.
I seen it on Mythbusters.
That's right. That's Tory or whatever his name. That's the guy. Yeah, but no, they were pretty cool. But there was one, and it was a big old air start. So it was pretty loud when it fired up. But the motor was actually the length of the boat.
Really?
It was the way the drive shaft worked that ran to the azimuth prop.
Yeah.
It was almost the length of the boat. This thing.
Really?
It was pretty wild to look at.
Fair bit of money sitting there.
Oh mate, yeah, definitely. I used to always like all the boys would. You know, the guys who do Forbian and stuff like that, they'd send photos of their 3-inch turbo or something. Yeah. And I'd send a photo of my head in the actual turbo. Like, you got nothing going.
Yeah, cute.
Yeah, pretty much. How many horsepower does one of your motor? Oh, you only got one motor. Sweet. Yeah, cool.
See you later.
Yeah. Cool story, bro. Needs more dragons.
All right. Well, we better. A little birdie told me, mate, you're expecting soon.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your mindset around that.
Oh,
a dad to be.
Dad to be.
First kid, eh?
First kid. I'm still getting used to the idea.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, like, I'm excited. I'm so excited to be a dad. Mate of mine, Hotsy, he I see him with his son all the time, and he's always like he'll have him on the tractor or show him how to fence. Like, he's a fencer, so show him how to do fencing and stuff. And I'm like, I can't wait till I have my son. Like,
yeah.
School holidays. Guess who's working for Daddy?
Yeah, that's right.
Free labour.
So a little boy, eh?
Yeah, my little boy. He's due on the 28th of March. But the missus has said she's got a sneaky suspicion that he's going to be early.
Early?
Yeah,
right.
yeah. She reckons. So his name is Jameson.
Jameson, right?
Yeah,
Tell us about that.
Well, obviously the whiskey, it's that good.
Yeah.
I love myself a bit of a Jameson every now and again. But also, me and my missus, we're Irish background. So
okay, right.
Jameson's son of Christ in the Irish background. So that's how he passed it off to her mother. And
yeah.
Basically.
Now, what do you mean there's whiskey named James? Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah, I didn't even know about that. It was all for God. Because
yeah.
Believe about that. Yep. Good old Jeebus. He's great.
Yeah. Stuff like that.
Yeah, that's it. So Jameson, and then Paul. So Jameson Paul Hurley is his name. So
excellent.
Paul was my grandfather, and it was weird, but I believe in reconception. Is it reconception?
Wait. No,
reincarnation.
There we go.
Reconception. A bit of reconception.
Reconception. Apparently, after you have a kid, you're very fertile. Reconception.
See? Yeah, we're making. Yeah, we got this.
Yeah, reincarnation.
Yeah, that's right. Reincarnation. So my grandfather, he passed away the night we actually conceived Jameson.
Yeah, righto.
So I decided, better call him after granddad.
Yeah, cool.
But then my missus' dad, his name is Paul.
Okay, right.
I didn't hear the bloody end of it, eh?
Yeah.
You're naming your kid after me. Good on you, mate. Yeah, we got banter going about everything. So
sure.
Yeah. Oh, actually, just a question for you, Brad.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Nissan or Toyota? Think carefully.
Mate, if it was my choice,
I'm stunned, Brad. This is
well, I know how much people get into their.
Don't worry about Casey. I know he's got a Navara as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say I've always liked Hiluxes. I like the old school Hiluxes.
There you go. So I'm gonna show this to my future father-in-law.
What's he? He's all about Nissan, is he?
Oh, mate. So the missus, she does dirt drifting.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What do you really?
Yeah. I'm the lucky one. Yeah, I got a lucky one. She when I first met her.
Yeah.
Our second date, I was coming back from Warwick Radio, and I pull into.
Of course you were.
Oh, of course I was. Yeah. But
Willowbank. Yeah.
And she goes, just park your car over by my Jeep. I said, all right. And I see this purple Datsun 2-door. I think it's like a 120Y or something like that.
Yeah. Oh man.
I know,
classic
right?
car.
Rolling out, and I said, oh, yeah, that must be her dad, because I'd seen the car. I said, oh, that must be her dad. Nah, that's her in the front seat waving at me, and I'm going, oh, I'm going to marry that girl. But
cool
everything her dad is he's built the car, so it's, all Nissan. Everything he does is Nissan.
Yeah, righto. You know? So is dirt drifting, is that like flat track?
Yeah, he's on flat track, a lot of rallies, Gymkhana. He actually beat Peter Brock.
Whoa.
Back in the day, that's his claim to fame. If anyone wants to test it out, I think in the Burdekin somewhere, they did an open day or something like that, and he beat Peter Brock on the track.
Shit, there you go.
He's a wild driver. He
sounds like
mate, he took me out there, and like my missus took me out, and it was like, yeah, cool, she's racing. He took me out, and he hung like right out the back where all the loose dirt gets sprayed. And just sat this thing sideways, and I was loving it. I was loving it.
How cool is that?
Oh man, it was amazing. So when I seen her doing that, I was like, oh god,
you're mine.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm
gonna get you.
Oh mate, I chased her for 3 months to get one date with her.
Did you?
So, yeah.
It took me a fair bit of work to get Chris. I feel like you got to wear him down, eh?
Oh yeah, gradually. She thought I was too nice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so you're putting a good front up.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is gonna sound soft as, but you know what? I used to call her on the phone, and I dabble a little bit in guitar.
Oh, mate.
Yeah. So, yeah, dabbled in guitar a bit. And she said she loved Hotel California and loved all this.
Right.
So the next time I called her,
guess
what I played?
Over the phone?
Over the phone, played and sung her Hotel California.
Man, how good is that?
Well, it worked, didn't it?
Proof's in the pudding,
That's
mate.
right.
You're about to have a kid.
That's right. Every time I think I'm shit at singing, I'm like, oh, hang on.
Yeah.
Got myself that one. The old white rhino was great. Great white buffalo.
Bloody hell, how good's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the gift that keeps on giving, mate.
Oh.
Can you ride it? I reckon you know your way around a bull, do you, or what?
A bull?
Yeah.
Oh, I had one try at it when I was younger.
Yeah.
I looked like I was on Funniest Home videos that we were turning bulls into steers.
Yeah.
And I jumped on the back of one and I grabbed it by the back of its head and I thought,
Yeah.
I'll give it a go. And it ran under a fence. And after that, I'm pretty sure that was it for me, riding bulls.
Me cousins, when we were younger, one of them was pretty wild, Steve.
Yeah.
And they lived out on a property and they had a bull separate from the cows,
Yeah,
for whatever reason. Anyway, he used to go, he'd say, let's go and play Slap the Bull, Brad. And I was like, look, I'm not real smart, but that sounds like we're going to go and slap a bull.
Yeah,
and he goes,
that sounds dangerous.
He goes, but you need at least two people. So one person has to distract the bull and then the other one has to try and, slap it on the ass and get away from it. And so I went with him because, what else are you going to do?
Yep.
And it was as brutal as it sounded, slap the bull. So he goes, stand there and try and distract it. And as soon as I got in near it, it started doing that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't know they actually done that thing where they scrape the dirt.
Shit, yeah.
I'm yelling out to Steve, hey, it's going to go me. He goes, of course it is. You're going to distract it. And I didn't like it. He got a slap and I never got close enough.
It gives you a whole new perspective on radio clowns, doesn't it? When you're like, all right, screw the guy riding the bull. That guy's a ballsy guy right there.
Yeah, absolutely. They hide in barrels and everything.
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
Yeah, wild.
No. I've never decided to ride a bull. Guy I go shooting with though, Hotsy, he was Rookie of the Year on Bareback Broncos, and
Bareback Broncos.
Yeah, you know why he went from bulls to Broncos?
No.
Like, you wait till you see this guy.
Bronco doesn't have horns, I suppose.
Well, no, not even that. Like, so anyone who's tuning in, this guy's invited Brad out shooting, and
I haven't taken him up on the offer yet.
Not yet, but let's put it out about Hotsy. He's got a head like a blind builder's thumb. But he's a tough bugger. But anyway, he got bored riding bulls.
Jeez. All right, that's
because have you seen the Broncos when they go?
I have.
They go nuts
because they jump about 7 foot in the air,
And like, don't get me wrong, you get a pretty hectic bull, they'll do the same. But Broncos are just way more insane. So he got bored riding bulls, went to Broncos,
and bareback too.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's why he's in my corner when I go to the pub. Yeah. You want to tame this guy? He tamed the Bronco, mate. Well, give it a go.
Well, fair call. He got bored of bulls.
That's right.
All right, let's talk tools real quick.
Oop.
It should be a lot about tools.
Yeah, real quick.
So what? Tell us about your tool preferences. Are you one of the stick to one brand, or are you a bit of a bit of a hussy? Don't
get me wrong, I love Makita. Anything impact driver, keyless chuck, impact driver. They got the nibbler. They got the straight shears. They got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
The radio, on the other hand,
You don't like the square box radio?
No, I liked it, but I gave it away because it's quiet.
Yeah,
you might as well put headphones in. But that being said,
they have to be loud on side.
They have to be. I got the DeWalt now, and
it is a go.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Because we've used the Milwaukee when we're out, doing events and stuff, and it was a goer too.
Yeah, I've heard the Milwaukee's like up there. But the DeWalt, I remember I was building self-storage in Brendale.
Yeah.
National Storage. Lownsy actually opened that one.
Ooh, there you go.
It was a good day. It was a good day.
Oh, Sea-Dog.
Yeah, that's right. But, so we had the DeWalt there and we were building all the structure board floors.
Yeah, right.
And I had it laying flat on the floor and my boss come up and he's picked it up and he's put it, like he's sort of nested it in the elevator shaft. And I'm like, what are you doing, man?
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, I can't hear anything. It's rattling everything downstairs, like everything. And I'm like, yeah, it is. Had a bit of a moment like, what?
Yeah.
But no, Makita's my main go-to, but like I'll use anything that works. Like,
For sure.
Like the straight shears from Makita, they're great because you can use both sides of your cut, whereas the Milwaukee, you can't. Milwaukee,
right.
They're an Excalibur head, so you've got to use one side and the other side's all rippled from the head.
Okay, right.
Right, so... But that being said, I've got Milwaukees and I use them a lot because they can go over ridges.
Ah, right.
So
everything's
got
pros
it.
and cons.
That's right. Like I use a nibbler for cutting in all my gable ends on my sheds.
Yeah, right.
Because like I could use the Milwaukee shears, but they're a lot harder to use on that angle, whereas the nibbler is just a right angle.
Yep.
And it works a treat.
Yeah,
you know,
there you go.
Every tool has its purpose, you know. And
For sure.
Like I carry a 9-inch grinder in my toolbox, and I've used that. Well, I actually used it today, but
no, hold on, 9. Oh, well, you're doing domestic, eh?
Yeah.
Because 9 inches are commercial, aren't
Actually,
they?
no.
Wait, whoa.
9-inch corded are commercial, and they are real frowned on in Perth, Melbourne, and Sydney.
Yeah, right.
But Makita. And I'm not even trying to sell it.
Yeah.
Makita's 36 volt, 9-inch grinder that they've brought out.
Right.
That thing, I've had it on Hutchie sites.
Oh.
Approved.
Right.
Because they've got their new braking system.
Shit, you heard it here first,
That's
guys.
right.
Hey?
Hutchinson's builders, and everyone who's worked around that industry knows how strict Hutchies are.
Yeah, for sure.
They have allowed me to wear it had to be in my swims, obviously.
Yep.
You know, but I was approved to use a 9-inch grinder on site.
How good's that?
Because of Makita's new braking system. Because the
Right.
only worry of them is how powerful they were and they took off.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Because that kick is used to
That's
catch
right.
people out.
That's
you know?
right. But the moment this thing senses a kick or a jam, it cuts
The
it.
electric brake.
Completely cuts the power.
There you go.
So that was my big thing. Like a heap of people have asked me like why I still use it or why is that thing in there.
Well, how handy is a 9-inch grinder?
Oh, well, I've got
like when you need it, you
that's
need
right.
it. eh?
That's right. I got the Renegade Diamond Blade on it at the moment.
Yep. Yeah,
And, like,
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Renegade.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like so I got that on there at the moment, and that's like if there's a bit of slag hanging over the slab, we'll just cut that off.
Yep,
Or
yep.
like I've had to cut curbing out to do carports before, so it's perfect for that.
Yeah, there you go.
But like at the same time, when I used to do self storage, if they did rake cut to the roof.
Rake cut.
Rake cut, yeah. Rake cut. No, what rake cut is?
I've done
I'll dig trenches.
I'll just dig trenches.
Yeah, Pythagoras plumbing downhill water. Yeah, so
Water runs downhill,
That's
mate.
right.
You should know that.
No, but anyway, so if you did an angle wall that went to the roof.
Okay, right.
Yeah, you got that?
Yeah, I'm with you now.
I can draw you a photo. But yeah, so we do that. So
Yeah.
say the sheet's 900, and then you'd work out how much it's raking over 900,
Okay, right.
right? And it'd be
Yeah.
like 40 mil.
Okay.
So you'd get a whole wall's worth of sheets, which I think I've maxed it out at about 10 sheets.
Ah.
Stagger
Yeah.
them all 40 mil.
Okay, right.
So stagger the whole pack 40 mil.
Yep.
Measure it once on the top,
Yep.
cut it with a 9-inch.
Right.
And then your whole wall's cut.
Yeah,
Like, it
makes
was
sense.
perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, it was great. But yeah, so that was the whole thing about the 9-inch. But a heap of people have been like, what are you going to 9-inch for? And I try to explain to them they're not that dangerous anymore. They've made them safe.
Yeah.
It's it's
Yeah,
pretty hard to believe.
some of
but,
them old corded bastards
Oh,
we
yeah.
used to use, hey, weren't they pigs?
They'd kick harder than a mule, hey.
And you have the older workers hand it to you because you're young and fit.
Yeah.
You're sitting here going, oh, I hate this thing.
That's right. The old boys give it to you like, oh, you could go without an arm. Like, hey, we don't
Hanging onto it with your legs spread right out, eh? Because you kick some
That's right.
sparks.
You look like you're using a chainsaw.
Just hanging on for dear life.
Shit.
And before they give it to you, they'll tell you about the horror stories. Oh, I seen a bloke had his cheek cut clean off.
That's right.
He wasn't even using it. Should have seen the bloke that was using it.
That's
Like,
right.
Oh, thanks, mate.
That's right. That's right. But yeah. So the best thing I seen was these. I think they're Norwegian or American, probably American. Knowing the thing, they made like a chainsaw attachment that fits onto the 9-inch. Yeah, true God. I was like,
If I would put me money anywhere, I would have guessed America.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh shit.
All right, let's go into job site horror stories, mate, slash injuries, because I know roofers get shredded.
Yeah.
Shredded.
I might point out though, we're not actually roofers.
Oh, sorry, shed builders. Yeah,
that's
same.
right.
A lot of sheet steel.
Really doing your research, aren't you, bro?
Roofers, shed builder.
Roofers.
Yeah. So what the focus is the sheet steel, mate.
Yeah. I'd look like Amy Winehouse if I was a roofer. No, so horror stories. So I've had a couple where I've I've punched a bit of steel when drill slipped or
angry.
Yeah. I'm pretty tough like that. I'm so tough. I get in the cab and he asked, "Where are you going to go?" I said, "None of your business." See how it works, you know. Yeah, so tough when I go to the beach, kick sand in my own face. But anyway, so I could go on for days with that. But no, it's probably the worst one I've had is I was picking up head panels and they were only 200, 300 mil head panels.
Yeah.
And someone had stacked the pack staggered. So I picked up a heap and as I straightened it up, they slid about 40 mil, swear to God.
Oh, I got goosebumps.
Yeah, as you can see the scar on my wrist.
I can see it.
Took 2 big chunks out of my wrist. Ended up just strapping it up. And, I'm so tough. Strapping it up, going back to work. That's right.
One time I crashed my motorbike on the way to work.
Oh, that was it.
And when I skinned my ass. And at that stage I was a posi track operator. So I got to work and my pants were shredded. I had to borrow pants off the boss or someone. So I got a new pair. And then I thought, I can just try and sit awkwardly without, resting on that whole ass cheek. And I stayed the whole day and I end up going into cold shivers and shakes and stuff. My body must have started going into a bit of shock or something.
Oh, once you damage, that's probably the worst, hey? Like damaging
big grazes.
It's not so bad. Damaging your ass. Whatever you do in your spare time, don't want to know. But
it was a pretty rough one.
Oh,
because it moves so much. Like I've seen your ass skin from motorbikes.
I was going to say, please elaborate on that.
Was yours doing a wheelie?
Yeah.
Too far?
Hit power band and straight over.
Flicks you straight off.
I didn't have a belly full of OP rum and I wasn't wearing footy shorts and thongs.
Well, I was, no.
Just in case my son listens to this one day and goes like,
well,
you told me to put a helmet on, Dad.
Yeah, when I done it, I was stone cold sober too. That bad one. I've had a few crashes. Motorbikes are bad.
Yeah, bad news.
It's not when you're gonna crash, or not if you're gonna crash. It's when. I've crashed heaps.
It's definitely when.
Some were shockers too.
I've still got an exposed collarbone because of it sticks out.
Ooh, compound fracture.
Yeah, sticks right out.
Ah, yeah, I see it.
Oh man! But that being said, when I grazed me, pretty much took me ass off.
Yeah,
slim fast.
Yeah,
yeah, that's how slim fast do it.
Yeah, it was a big scab.
Oh man, it ran from me tramp stamp area all the way back down to the back of my legs, and I couldn't sit down, and then they had to scrub me out because it was on a gravel road. And,
I had that.
I
fell out of the back of a ute once.
Were you not drinking?
I'll decline to answer that.
No comment.
Yeah, I was standing in the back of the ute. We're at Somerset.
Oh yeah,
a long time ago, and I was standing in the back of the ute looking for firewood, right?
Oh, yeah.
This is when they first tarred that loop, one of the loops there.
I was going to say, you look at firewood at 80K, dude.
Well, the bloke in the driver's seat thought it would be clever to punch it over a speed bump.
Oh, yeah.
And I was standing in the back and not paying enough attention, obviously, because I'm looking around for firewood. And boom, and it's launched me up, and I came back down just at the tailgate, right? Hit the tailgate and fell back, and then scraped from the bottom of my neck, right at the top of my shoulder blade, all the way down to my arse cheek, the whole one side of me back. It was one big giant half-back scab.
Nah.
And that was
that's
torture.
Not.
The next day, everyone's out tubing, having a great time on Somerset. I was sitting there in the shade with a damp rag, a damp tea towel.
When gravel rash happens, you seriously you end up just looking like Stephen Hawking. You just sit there.
It's bad. And they had to do the same thing, scrape it out and get all the little rocks and stuff out of the fresh tar.
Not fun.
Yeah.
But no, probably the worst job site one I've seen.
Yeah.
There's a mate of mine, Jenkins, when I used to work building self-storage. We were in Sydney. Keep a tidy site, guys, because this has something to do with it. Basically, him and another co-worker, they were sort of play fight, and they had a bit of a wrestle.
Yeah.
And he rolled on his back, and his hand went on the piece of it's like a C-track, a channel, basically.
Yeah.
That you put your cap, your top and bottom walls with.
Yep.
His wrist went on that, and old mate rolled over the top.
Oh.
And it literally the width of his wrist was a big open slice down to his tendons.
Yeah.
But so from there to there, first drive, it was to the hospital. And like to this day, his two bottom fingers, he still flicks and he can't actually move them past a certain point because he cut the tendon. So yeah, that was probably one of the worst. It wasn't an artery, luckily, so it wasn't bleeding out. But nah, definitely.
Yeah, it's different, seeing tendons for the first time.
Yeah, definitely a wild one. Like, don't get me wrong, like when we used to work at sea, when we were doing all the dredging, there was a guy, we transported him back with a cut off finger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he got it crushed in a dredge pipe, and we had to transfer him back. That wasn't, I've had a couple of brushes, like with all first aid and shit, and I've had to do it, especially being like motocross riding and all that crap.
Yeah.
But, that was probably the worst one, because every time he'd move his fingers, you'd see it all moving, and I'm like, nah, man, I'm good. Hey, I don't need that negativity in my life. Then he asked me to roll him a cigarette. I said, no, it was great. You're watching him try to roll a cigarette with a busted wrist.
See all the little things in there moving around. Like,
oh, no.
Alien.
Oh, no. That's too negative. I don't need to remember that.
Oh, well, we've been talking a while, mate. We got some good stuff here.
We definitely do.
What time is it?
5:03.
Knock off time.
You got, like, what, 27 minutes left, don't you? Or are you knock off at 5?
Knock off at 5 today, mate.
Celebrity rules, eh?
Well, most of the time I'm here till 5:30. Don't worry about that. I'll work.
Who do you think you're talking to? We don't watch your videos.
True.
Let's call it an afternoon.
Call it an arvo.
It's already called that.
Yeah. All right, Scrub. This is Bin Chicken Out, mate.
Bin Chicken Out. Yeah, all right. Scrubber out.
Thanks for coming in.
No worries, mate.
Well, there we have it. Another episode wrapped up, guys. I'd love to hear your feedback, and you can email me at tradio@tradetools.com or message the Trade Tools social pages with any topics you'd like to hear about. And of course, be sure to hit the subscribe button to keep up to date. Until the next episode, see ya!